this morning I have the pleasure of sitting next to Jen Waite, local catering manager here at Hyatt Dulles, and with Joanna Bentz. You are combined catering and CSM here at Hyatt Dulles, and I'm so thankful that I have the two of you on my team. And I want to just talk about 2011, like wrap it up. It was a wonderful year in this hotel. It was the first year we opened up our executive meeting center, and the three of us had a really large challenge to figure out where we're taking her, right? And we all had many conversations, and we sat down and we were told that we were needed to book a lot of social weddings. And going in 2010, leaving that year, we had 10 in the books, and we had 40 to achieve for 2011 closing out. So we all sat down, we all tried to figure out, oh my gosh, how are we going to make 40 weddings happen in the year for the year, right? Daunting task, but through the three of us, and definitely the two of you, really get out in the local community and really show this hotel off to the beauty that it has for social catering. So what I wanted to kind of talk about with you two is just really talk about 2011, what a great year it was for Hyatt Dulles, and how thankful that we are all together doing it. You know, we have the right people in the right place, and just wanted to talk really briefly about, you two personally first, and kind of talk with you, Jen. When did you finally come onto the Hyatt family board, and how'd you get here today?
I actually started back in summer of 2008. Started off at the front desk and kind of went back and forth between the front desk and food and beverage as server. Eventually made my way over to the sales and catering department as a catering coordinator for about a year and a half, and
I came in and stole you.
Yep, exactly. I was going to say, and eventually was given the great opportunity to be in the position that I am today. Started in that position, like summer or fall 2010, so I've been in my position for a little bit more over than a year, about a year and a half or so now. So that's a little bit about my history.
Yeah, no, it's great having you. I was glad I took you.
Thank you.
Miss Bentz?
I've been with the Hyatt family since August of 2008. I actually came on as a CMT for food and beverage. I stayed in the F&B outlets for roughly a little over 2 years, and then I decided to come over to catering to see how much fun catering and CS would be, since it looked like they had normal hours. Little did I know, that's not true. But yeah, I've had a great experience switching roles completely from food and beverage to convention services and catering.
Very good. Well, it's good. I'm glad you guys are both here. And hopefully I'll see you many years from now in big hotels as the directors. And you can call me. Okay, so let's high overview. I want to just talk about, we're sitting here today, we're talking about 2011, and you two are the reason why 2011 was so successful in the local catering side. Didn't come from anybody else, because you're the ones that, pick up the phone, you cold call, you meet these clients or potential brides for their sites, and then you show them how amazing the social side of this hotel is going to transform into their particular day, right? Whether it be a mitzvah, a wedding, a quinceanera, all these ethnic weddings that we're doing here in the hotel. We had to grow, right? We didn't do this before this. So, let's just talk a little bit about, what makes your job, you want to wake up in the morning and you want to come to Hyatt Dulles, and this is kind of where we're sitting here today in these roles that we have. What gets you to get up every single morning and say, I can't wait to get into the office today because I know I'm going to, meet some really new people. I'm going to learn some cool new stuff. I'm going to put on another event. I'm going to outdo the one I did last weekend. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit, Jen, about, what you've kind of, done to get yourself here today.
I think definitely the interaction with the guests and with the clients, as little as the event, from like a 10-person little boardroom meeting to like a 500-person ethnic wedding. Definitely do have a lot of events that have a lot of variety, and different experiences that you go through with different clients that you interact with day to day, as well as the team. I know that for a fact, being able to meet different people and go through those different interactions day after day is definitely what keeps me going, because it's never boring at all. We definitely always get some exciting phone calls as well as some odd ones once in a while, but we always like to talk about it. We always are able to assist the guest with their needs, regardless of their needs. We think of creative ways to execute, and
Good point.
I mean, definitely working with a great team that affects it as well.
Yeah. And all the ethnic weddings that you've learned.
Most definitely. I know coming into the position, I knew vague amounts about ethnic weddings, but definitely not as much as I do today, all the way from the Indian weddings with like the barats and the mandap setups, and Pakistani weddings with their mandap setups as well.
Yeah, like you've learned to relate with them. When they come into the
Exactly.
hotel, you're able to transform your language
Mm-hmm.
to meet theirs. And
Exactly.
you guys can understand what the needs are, and they appreciate that. And that's why time and time again you get these leads, because it's known out in the community that you know about these different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that's
it
good.
definitely does help with that whenever we're on a site,
Yeah.
for example, for a potential bride and groom to host their wedding here, and we talk about the certain setups and everything. They feel more comfortable,
Yes.
and they know that, you know, we're in great hands because you understand the culture and you understand that
And they
what
trust
we
you.
have to do. Exactly.
Yeah, it's a trust thing. Oh, that's good. Well, you've done well because you've booked so many of them. And the phone does not stop ringing because of you, which is good. Now, you're a little different, Miss Joanna. You're catering combined, so you've got the best of both worlds. You're juggling 2 hats every single day. And you came in here not knowing anything about this side of the world. You were operations, and then you kind of came into the selling aspect of it. So kind of like, what's getting you up in the morning and saying, I can't wait to get to the office, knowing that you've got this like dual hat on, but you're doing really well. So what kind of transformed you into where we are today?
I think I really like the challenge of it, because coming from outlets, we challenged our staff daily to meet different numbers. However, with sales, we have to meet numbers differently. And I know between Jen and I, we had our own goals of what we wanted to accomplish, and that would drive us more than actually meeting our numbers. As much as the quota is important in making sure we meet those numbers, literally when Jen and I turned a wedding, we would have our own countdown and count each other's
Yeah,
drawers
you did.
of if we
Yeah.
actually turned a wedding, or if we say we'll
Yeah.
answer that proposal tomorrow, we would actually say to each other, you answer it now because we
Yeah.
want the contract back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we definitely drove each other to make
Yeah.
sure that we were getting those numbers, especially with having a lofty goal of booking the amount of weddings for the year last year that we need to accomplish. And with Jen and I being younger in our roles, it was a huge goal that I think we did well in, especially with the type of weddings we had come in. It's completely new to us. And now with the whole year and experiencing all the different types of weddings, we could definitely walk through a wedding, especially with a barat, and give them the vision of what a wedding would be, because we are an EMC. So seeing it socially is a little bit differently because of the way in which we are set up, but now that we can actually give them the vision of what the wedding will look like at our hotel, it provides a better site visit and repeat guests coming through.
Yeah, and you've also done a really nice job with the iPad, you building all the pictures in the portfolio so brides can see all the different stuff that we are able to, you know, provide them, and plus our vendors as well. So you guys have done a really nice job with building a really nice portfolio of all kinds of pictures, so. And I
With
see you
the-
using it all the time.
With the vendors, because we have so many ethnic weddings, we have a good reputation with our vendors, and our vendors actually refer weddings to us.
Yeah.
Ones that didn't know we could accommodate the size of weddings that we have between 350 and 450, that they actually refer people to us to get additional weddings, which is
Yeah.
great because of the great vendor-client relations that we have built.
Yeah, and that comes from you too. I mean, the outside community only will choose those who they can trust and know that this particular environment is of high standard. You meet both of those, so that's important, you know, and moving forward into 12. But you guys did a great job, so I'm really proud of both of you. You guys are rock stars. Let's talk about, you know, we did a great job in 11. What do you, like, when you look through the window for 12, what do you guys see?
I foresee bigger weddings. Now that we know what we can accomplish
Yeah.
in our space, we know how to better utilize our space, and we can create different visions. Because now it's not like deer in headlights, let's figure it out. It's we know how we can accomplish
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I foresee for 2012 it going a lot smoother and being able to actually accomplish something earlier in the process, as opposed to we'll get this figured out.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, you know, you for 2012 put together the February South Asian Pacific wedding show that we're having here at the end of the month, end of February. So, you know, that was all you're doing because that's through your relationships. So hopefully through that we're going to benefit quite a bit from your efforts, and we'll see a stronger growth in 12, and then obviously hopefully this hotel positioning and moving further into the future years with more different weddings as well. So we will, you know, we're looking forward to that as well. You guys have any words before we part? about 2011 and just how well you guys work together, and you've got a great team backing you up here in the hotel as far as the outlets, the banquet servers. You've got your management committee members that support you on the questions and needs that you're going to have and will have and have always had, things of that nature. So I think moving on to 2012, we have a really successful year ahead of us because we've got a good team behind us to support, what we are going to need to book in order to make our achievements.
With me specifically being a young manager in my role, it's great that I can go to my MC members and ask them questions. It may be the same question that I need answered differently.
That's okay.
But regardless, they're always open to answer questions. And same with the banquet staff. They're always open to getting whatever our team needs, even if it's moving an entire buffet from one side of the executive meeting center to the other side, and just making sure it's set when it needs to be. But with everybody here, we definitely would not be able to accomplish our large ethnic weddings without our operational team.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys do a good job.
Definitely kind of piggybacking with what Joanna just said, we have an incredible team here. I know that this is my first property, and so far my only property, hopefully not the only property, but this is definitely a great property that has allowed me to grow in my position, starting from being a front desk agent to now being a catering manager. I've definitely been able to kind of step foot in multiple different departments and be able to work with team members and everything for successful events is definitely critical to our success with our clients and our guests from 2011 and hopefully moving forward with 2012 and on.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, thank you two very much for every day of your efforts for 2011. You did a fantastic job promoting this hotel and bringing all the weddings in for the year, in the year that we did not know that we could reach out and grab. We had goals, but attainable, we needed to achieve. So they were very good, and only because of you two. Your production every single month was over 100%, and at the year end, we've ended at 116.5% for 2011. That's impressive in the market, and it's just really the two of you selling, and for two girls young in their career that are, vivacious, and you're articulate, and you have the desire to meet goals is the only reason why this happened. It's because of you two. You guys really don't have very many days off. And I know we try to work that out, but you still look gorgeous, the bag under your eye. But, you've accomplished so much, and you've also given away a lot in the sense of, some weekends and staying here late to detail, because we know how long, between selling and then putting the contracts together, detailing it, working with your clients. It's a lot of effort and a lot of time. So it is definitely noticed, it's appreciated. The numbers on all the P&Ls show how successful the two of you are in the local catering side of the hotel. But it's only you two. And we just want to say thank you for all of your efforts every single day that you come in, because every day makes the change. So only because of you two. So I wish you guys the best for this year. I thank you for last year, and hope we work together continuously for a long time, whether it be at this property or you're with the Hyatt family moving on in the company, which I hope you two do, because you deserve it. Because anybody would be enriched having you two on any department, whether it be catering, CS, operations, wherever you choose to go. You're wonderful people. So 2011 would not have been the same without you two. I definitely know that, that's for sure. So thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Kathy, my Human Resources Director, and myself, Dana Murphy, Director of Catering here at Hyatt Dulles, we would like to submit Jen and Joanna for 2011 Catering Team of the Year for Small Hotel. They both achieved production at 116.5% for the year, and we just would like to have the consideration for having them win that award.
Yes! Jen, Joanna, you're awesome!
You guys rock!
Best
catering team in the nation.
You guys are the best!